he is a spiritual being. And so you see, when man begins to live as he truly is, a spiritual being, then we brothers can come to him and can come to you and express in these beautiful, inspired ways. And I must say that anything in a positive, constructive, or beautiful artistic way that has ever come to the earth plane at any time has been done in this way, through the inspiration of the higher spiritual worlds. Now, whether the individual knows it or not is not important, and he is not always aware. Many of the very elegant and difficult musical renditions, and, well, we could say any other literature, poetry, sculpting, these were all inspired by the inner, the higher. Remembering, of course, that man does carry with him these positive remembrances and expressions that he has related in the past. Life would be meaningless and purposeless if man did not retain these as well as his negations. But we do not necessarily have to go into these positive parts, for they take care of themselves. It is only the negative expressions that man need to become aware of.
The average Earthman seems very far removed from these inspired expressions that you speak of. How long does it take to reach that point in evolution where one can become aware of these higher worlds?
Oh, Jeff, when you say how long, this is a very, a very unanswerable question, because it is entirely dependent upon the individual. You yourself, you see, when you were in Canada and you were studying, you were supposed to be studying, you made little progress with yourself. You didn't get very far. And how long did that go on? A couple of years, 3 years?
3 or 4 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
And you didn't make much progress. You see, you came to California, you came to San Diego here in our center, and you became more serious about your study. You expressed more art than you have ever before, I'm sure.
That's definitely true.
And that's making the effort, you see. And what have you done? You have really progressed yourself. And I can sincerely say, Jeff, that you have progressed yourself many thousands of years into the future compared to the progress you were making before you came. Now, I don't mean, and I must not have it believed, that one must come here to make his progress. But it's just that one does give more effort when he's here. Now, there are other students that live at a distance who are making a very excellent headway with themselves. But it is the most important thing in their life. You see, with you before, it was just a little side issue. You studied or went to one of the groups just as a little hobby, and it wasn't your most important goal and purpose and mission in life. Now you know that it's the only way to travel, don't you?
Absolutely. I also got more deflations here in 1 week than I did in all the rest of my evolution, I tell you.
Well, deflations are very helpful. Deflations are really very, very good for one, because you see, man has built up through these eons that passed. He's really built up a tremendous ego, an extruded ego.
I can prove that.
Yes, man has been a very, you see, he has struggled for power in the past, and especially this group here have been very active in a power struggle, because the whole group has, as is true with any group or any family. You see, they come together repeatedly, life after life, and if it's a negative endeavor, they will endeavor and strive in a negative way repeatedly, continuously striving to prove this to the other fellow, striving to prove to man how great he is. And you see, this is another great difference. When the individual truly begins to understand something of life, here and hereafter, he ceases to feel he must prove anything to anybody. And only when he begins to lessen this drive, this ego drive, and this effort to prove or to dominate or to overcome his fellow man or to gain a greater car, for instance, or a bigger house or whatever it is, only then can he truly begin to make headway and progress. When he begins to put value, place value in the proper channels, in the proper direction. When we start to live the spiritual life, you see. And by spiritual life, I do not mean on your knees in prayer. There's really nothing spiritual about religion or prayer. As long as the individual believes that he must beseech some God to do this or that for him, he misses the point.
Many people